Okay, so today I want to talk about labels. And about labels, I don't like how so many people put labels on so many things. And that's the reason why society is the way it is today. It's because of the labels that people put on people. Like, I'm a living, like, walking person of me getting labeled, like, because I have freckles, or like, because I have freckles, or because I have red hair, or because I'm not skinny with a small waist or a certain size, I'm labeled as fat, or some type of animal, fat cow, or whatever. But it doesn't bother me now because I've grown to learn to deal with. A lot of people label other people and talk about other people is because they're not happy with themselves. And it's something that other person has, believe it or not, whether you might not even know it or think so. It's something that somebody else has that person wants or that person is jealous of. Because why are they so concerned with what you're doing in your life or who you are or how you look, when, especially if you're not bothering them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is anybody concerned with the way I wear my hair or the clothes that I wear, or because I have freckles on my face, because I'm big and not skinny? Why is anybody concerned with that? They're concerned with it because it's something that they don't like within themselves that I have that they don't have, or they're just simply jealous, or they're just misery loves company. A person could just be miserable overall in their life, and because they're miserable overall in their life, they try to bring people down and bring them in misery with them. Now, my thing for everyone is, violence doesn't always, never, not always, never. Violence never solves any issue or situation in your life. Now, I know people put labels on people, okay, because you don't fight, you're a punk. That's another label. You're not a punk if you walk away from a situation. You're not a punk, or you're not, whatever, names that people call you. You're not scared or whatever the case may be because you walk away. No, you're walking away because maybe you're saving that person, or maybe you just have better things going on in your life to worry about than to give in to the devil's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to want better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how mad you might be at that person, because believe me, I've been mad at a few people. But regardless of how mad you are at that person, give it to God. Pray, let go, let God. Because at the end of the day, no revenge is greater than what revenge God gonna do to somebody. Okay? You taking it into your own hands, you're getting in the way of God. You're getting in the way of how God gonna handle them. Okay? So, just be mindful that these labels out here, because you get a piercing, which, I believe God frowns upon, but, everybody have their own beliefs. But because you get a piercing a certain place, somebody might call you gay or lesbian or whatever. No, some people just get it for fashion, or they think it's cool, or they want to look punk rockish and stuff. But still, all in all these things are labels. Okay, so if I wear a red bandana, what's somebody gonna think I'm a blood? If I wear a blue bandana, somebody gonna think I'm a Crip? No, like, I am who I am, and I like what I like, and my style is my style, and my style describes my personality and the person that I am, and that's for anybody else. Like, don't let anybody discourage you or tell you're this or you're that, because I grew up in life where I tried to be somebody else I wasn't, because I felt like what I was doing was fitting in, but really I'm the leader, I'm not the follower. But I was trying to be the follower instead of being the leader that I originally am, because what people thought of me wasn't to their standards. But actuality, I'm dope. And anybody that has freckles or that's a little bigger in size, that's, whatever, birthmarks, burn marks, whatever you have, that people consider your flaw, that doesn't mean it's a flaw, because there's somebody that likes that. There's somebody that doesn't want a size 2 woman and is looking for a size 36 woman. There's someone that doesn't like brown skin girls and want a light skin girl. There's somebody that doesn't want somebody with black hair. They want somebody with red hair. There's somebody that likes you just the way you are. And don't let society tell you that you're less than because of labels and why people want to put label on you. Because a label is nothing but another word. It's not real. It's something that somebody made up and that people go along with just because they want to be like the next person. Instead of being a leader, they want to be a follower. You know what I'm saying? So please, there's a lot of people out here committing suicide because of bullying and because of people calling them names or beating them up every day after school. Now, in a situation where somebody's putting their hands on you where you can't escape, there's resources for that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're walking home, you're not bothering anybody, and somebody's trying to attack you, or multiple people are trying to attack you. In a situation with multiple people, you have to try your best to just get away from it as fast as possible, because one person can't beat an army. You know what I'm saying? But if it's one person or two people, and I don't care if you're scared for your life and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get beat up. Well, it's better you stand, you have to protect yourself at some type of cost. You have to defend yourself when somebody's trying to attack you. Because running away from them, they're going to keep doing it. Sometimes there are times where you just have to make a stand for who you are. Because people are bullying you because of who your parents made you. Because what your parents brought into the world and what God made. God made you. God made your parents to make you. So, you can't never, don't try to kill yourself because I've been there too. I was suicidal in my teenage years. So, don't try to kill yourself because somebody's bullying you or trying to fight you. There's so many ways around that. And there's so many lives that's been lost because of people bullying and putting a label on people. And it's sad, I'm not against any race. I love Asian, white, black, Spanish. But it's a high percentage of us African Americans going against each other. But you forget that when we was in slavery, we needed to stick together to get out of that. Harriet Tubman, which was black, is the one who made the Underground Railroad to free us slaves. So a black person helped another black person. Well, I'm gonna say African American. That's what it is. African American person helped another African American person get free and live life freely, just as whatever any other race did. You know what I'm saying? Or the more fortunate races did. So why can't we help each other now? Why is it so bad? Why are we shooting? Why is men gang banging and all that stuff? It's really not that serious. It's not that serious because a real gang is people that stick together, not go against each other. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You cannot sit here and tell me that shooting your friend over a girl is worth it. You can't tell me that fighting another girl because she slept with your man when he should have kept his stuff in his pants is worth it. No. Why is black girls fighting black girls, disrespecting black women, when black women disrespecting each other, calling each other out their name? But let a white person or somebody that's not their race call another black person a nigger, or let another person out of their race call them anything else out of their name. It's a problem. And 9 times out of 10, we do the same things to each other that somebody else outside of our race would do to us. So if we're doing it to each other, what makes you think that somebody outside of your race not gonna do it? And then you want to get mad at them? No, you need to be mad at yourself, because it all starts with you. So if you calling another black, if you're a woman and a black woman, and you call another black woman the B word, or whatever the case may be, or whatever you calling her, slut, whatever, why call her that name? She black just like you. She came from the same roots you came from. Why don't you pray for her? Why don't you try to help her? Because maybe she don't have them resources of help in her life or in her family. You don't know. You never know. And I'm going to tell you a story. Me and this girl, I'm not going to reveal her name, but me and this girl, I was in a shelter or whatever. I grew up in Dyfus, stuff like that. But I was in a shelter. Well, it was a Covenant house in New Jersey. And me and this girl didn't see eye to eye from day one. We was like at each other's heads. Like, I'm very opinionated, and sometimes I said stuff and wasn't like to people and wasn't sympathetic to their feelings. And I was just like, just say whatever that I thought, and it sometimes it would come out the wrong way, not how I wanted it to come out, but somebody, it would hurt somebody's feelings, because I was just very opinionated. I didn't bite my tongue. I thought it was cool to just say what you felt and how you say, but it's sometimes you have to be more sympathetic to other people. And she, she just didn't like that. And she was trying to explain to me, it wasn't nothing about her hating. In this situation, she wasn't hating on me. She wasn't, picking on me, but she was just trying to tell me, like, watch how you speak to people, because you are hurting someone's feelings. Like, this person has feelings. Just like if somebody said something to you, your feelings might get hurt too. They said something a certain type of way. So I wasn't trying to hear it. I'm like, listen, she shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, it wasn't even my business, because I've been a bully and I've been bullied, and neither one of them are okay. Okay, so it wasn't even my business what she was doing. It's her life. I had no control of it. But me, in my head, I thought I was helping her. Like, you shouldn't have to, put your body out there. And you shouldn't have to give yourself up to a man that don't care about you, that don't respect you. You shouldn't have to, as a woman, you shouldn't have to do that. There's things as a woman that God expects us to do. But there's things as a man that God expects a man to do as well. And you shouldn't feel like you have to give up your body just for somebody to accept you. Because I've been there too, and that's not the case. Somebody will love you just the way you are without being on the inside, like literally pulling out your pants and getting inside of you. No, that, I might sound a little graphic, but it's the truth. I'm just blunt like that. I hope I help somebody with what I'm saying, because I've experienced bullying, I've experienced being bullied, I've experienced being labeled, and I just want to help people, because people are committing suicide left and right over bullying and people putting labels on them. And I want somebody to watch this, or somebody parent to see this and show their child, that there's somebody that's going through or been through what you. Because to this day, I'm in my 20s and I still go through bullying, and I still go through people putting labels on me because of how I look and because of my size, because I'm not skinny or I don't look a certain kind of way. So, but I don't let it affect me, because at the end of the day, it's my life and I have power over my life. And for me to give somebody else power over my life, it's just not. It's no excuse. Because I have the power. I have the control to be happy. I have the power and control to be sad. I have the power and control to be mad. And I choose to be happy. And I'm pretty sure anybody watching this video chooses to be happy over angry or sad. And if that's the case, you have to get the power. It's all in your mind. Everything you're telling yourself you can't do, tell yourself you can do it. Because you can get through life. No matter who you are, how you look, what size you are, what color your hair is, what you have, what marks you have on your face or your body. There's someone who loves you for you. And believe me, they'll treat you like a queen or a king. Okay? So, but now, I just want y'all to know that y'all don't have to commit suicide over, there's somebody that will believe you. There's somebody that will listen. There's somebody that will be by your side as much as they can, step to step. Even if they have to pick you up from school and bring you to school every day, there's somebody, but you can't be afraid to reach out. You have to reach out. I mean, you know, like, like me, I'm willing to help anybody going through bullying or some type of situation and give them the best advice that I could give them, because I've gotten through it and I'm still going through it, but I'm getting through it. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I can help people because I've been there. I'm not just speaking because of what I've seen on TV or what I've heard or what I've seen another friend go through. No, I've experienced it. And the only person that could tell you something about anything is if they experienced it. Because if you go into a psychiatrist and they don't know what the hell you going through, how are they really going to tell you from the bottom of their heart, like, you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't do that? Because parents think that, oh, I'm gonna throw my kid in therapy and they gonna talk to somebody, they going crazy, they gonna talk to, no, you need somebody that got a soul, that got spirit, that believe in God, that is more deeper than a conversation. It's more spiritual. It's more of a connection when you talk and try to understand one another and try to relay a message to somebody that, really doesn't know how to handle a certain situation. So, that being said, I hope I've said some helpful things to some people. But please, don't let nobody put no labels on you. And don't let nobody, you don't have to let nobody bully you. And you don't have to let nobody take control of your life, because you are who you are. And you take control of your own life. Nobody has control of your life but you. Because if you could think about killing yourself, that's your control. You can't blame another person or why you killed yourself. Because you're going to be dead if you kill yourself. And that other person is still going to be living, bullying, find somebody else to bully. And it ain't going to stop. Unless you put a stop to it by starting with yourself. I'm not talking about putting your hands on nobody. I'm not talking about fighting, nothing like that. I'm talking about you taking full conscious awareness of yourself, of what you can do to make a situation better and how you can avoid it, how you can find solutions. There's so many solutions to any situation, but you have to be strong in some kind of way. And if you don't feel like you have the strength, there's a God. Believe me, there's a God. And he will give you the strength if you ask him for it. Not in your time, but his time, which is always the right time. Okay? So, everybody have a blessed day. And I hope I touched or helped someone, because I know somebody needs to hear this.